If you're with someone who has betrayed you and you have decided together that you're going to work it out, a common thing that you'll often hear from your betrayal partner is that they'll say, can we just move on? Can we just let this go and start over? We'll chalk it up to a terrible choice on my part. I made a terrible mistake. I'm really sorry, but can we just move on? And quit talking about it, quit digging it up. The answer to that, and you know the answer, it's no. No, you can't. And the reason you can't is what we don't really understand sometimes, unless you've been through it, or want to talk about it, and most people don't want to listen, is the fact that cheating, being cheated on, it does something to your mind, and your body. So today I want to talk about the lingering effects, because I don't think we really do that well in therapy. I think, the couple ends up going to marriage counseling. The counseling lasts maybe 6 sessions, and then we just kind of set them free. Okay, go recreate. And that's not the way it goes until we address the lingering changes and get some type of homework for those. We're not going to get through it. So I'm hoping in this video to do that. Basically, I'm going to share with you some of the emotional and physical changes after you've been betrayed, and I'm going to give you little ideas of what you can do that'll make it better, okay? So the first thing is, in the heart, the emotional changes. After you've been cheated on, the shock and grief, the original reaction or the initial reaction often feels like a loss. It's similar to mourning. And there's anger and resentment, intense feelings of injustice and hurt can dominate your whole personality, your whole heart, and a loss of safety. What was once stable and secure isn't now. And it feels very fragile and dangerous to be in it. Have you ever put yourself in a dangerous situation where you really did feel like you were out of control? Well, that's similar to what someone feels like when they're betrayed, especially if they're staying, if they're going to try to breathe through some of these rough spots until they get clarity of what they're really going to do. There's an emotional numbness that happens. Some people shut down a feeling as a defense mechanism, and there's shame, and there's also self-blame. Even though the betrayer, basically it was the betrayer's fault, the cheater's fault, you still feel guilt and you still feel blame. People wonder if maybe you weren't enough, or you feel like that. Maybe you don't want to share with friends because they're like, oh, they cheated on you. Maybe you have a problem. If they don't think that, you may think they think that, which is just as powerful and sometimes more powerful and hurtful. In the mind, there's cognitive and belief changes, shattered trust, belief in others' reliability and goodwill can weaken. And that's all people. Because of this one cheating incident, you generalize this to all the people in your life who you may have put a lot of trust in. There's a hypervigilance that the brain develops. The brain stays alert for warning signs or, anything that may endanger you, making it a lot harder to relax and feel safe. Negative thought loops like replaying the betrayal over and over, and you search for new answers all the time. Your mind is still trying to work it out, and changed worldview. A shift from people can be trusted to one that is safer is love is dangerous. And you'll see people that tell you they feel that way all the time, that to be in love is too dangerous. I'm just never going to be vulnerable or put myself in that situation again. You have more difficulty making decisions. Betrayal undermines your confidence in your own judgment. And since you didn't see coming what was to be with the betrayer, it's real hard for you to trust what your sense is of people. The long-term effect of this, you may develop an emotional armor. You've probably dated those people that have such a strong wall. and it's so surrounding them that you can't break through. They can't be vulnerable or authentic ever again. Stronger boundaries in a healthy way with this person might be good, but they build them for everybody. There's a resilience and a wisdom that comes to over time. Something emerges with deeper self-knowledge, and I think compassion and clarity about what they will and won't accept. And this is the healthier side. This is after years of working on this feeling of being betrayed, what can come out of it. Betrayal essentially creates a fracture in the trust bond between you and other people. And so I think it's important not to let that trust bond fracture yourself from yourself. In other words, yourself from your confidence, your intuition. Healing, then, is often part of repairing both. Learning to trust yourself again, which I think is the hardest, and also rebuilding and learning how to trust other people. So this one particular person made a bad choice, and this one particular person told you they loved you. But that does not mean all people who tell you they love you will make a bad choice. And this is where you have to get in order to move forward. Nor does it mean that because this person told you they loved you and they cheated this time, that if they get the right help and the right therapy, they would ever do it again. So this is where it's really scary, because should you trust this person again, since there are no guarantees? Well, I think the more you heal inside, the more likely you're going to be able to trust the another person again, even if it's the same one that cheated on you. So in order to heal yourself, trust yourself again, you have to allow the grief. Betrayal is a loss, not just a relationship, but of trust and safety. And so giving yourself permission to feel that, and to feel the sadness and anger and disappointment and confusion, then you can release them instead of having them trapped inside you. And challenge your self-blame. I mean, remind yourself that someone else's choice to betray is about them. It's about their self-esteem. It's about their lack of confidence. It's about their selfishness. Don't take that on. That is not yours. Journaling and therapy really help with these, because the therapist can help support you while you try different things, different perspectives that may make you feel scared to do it alone, but with a therapist's help, you can do it. And rebuild self-trust. Start with small commitments. I'll go for a walk today. And then when you do it, you'll feel good about it. I'm going to call one friend today. When you call them, you're building your confidence. Keep promises to yourself so you can strengthen your confidence within you. And process the story. Talk with a trusted friend or talk with a therapist. Remember, this is your story, and you have to write it, and you have to finish it. And so however you write it, however you finish, it belongs to you. And you don't have to worry about getting anybody else's approval. This is your story. And then tend to your body. Betrayal can feel like physical trauma, so pamper yourself. Take extra care of yourself. Extra rich moisture, hand cream, face cream. You know, doing a foot massage, doing some sort of treatment for your hair or your skin, or any part of your body is going to make you focus on loving yourself. If you have a hard time loving yourself where you are now, then love yourself at a younger age. Look at yourself as a 12-year-old or a 10-year-old and write a letter to that younger self. You know, I remember you being left out when you were 12. You did not deserve that. Whatever it is, when you learn how to love yourself, you let others free, because you don't hold them accountable or punish them for what they do now, because you have your back. And I think that's the scariest thing that cheating can take away. It can take that feeling away that you're actually lovable, and you cannot let that happen. You need to restore and advocate for yourself. This was not your fault, and refine your boundaries. No is a sentence, and it is okay for you to say no. No, I won't do that. I don't care if it doesn't make you happy. I will not do that. Why? Because it doesn't make me happy. Feels like I'm going against my morals. So no. Trust your time with trust. Trust comes the more you trust yourself. So make little promises to yourself, keep them, and rebuild that. Seek safer connections. Don't be around people who are gossiping about others, because they're going to gossip about you too. So rather than try to censor or control them or be people-pleasing, just stay away from them. You're good enough as you are. Go for people who deserve you. Go for people who put in as much effort into a relationship as you do. And always communicate openly and honestly. It is not your fault. You don't have to carry your partner's baggage. If they acted out on something that is wrong with their character, that's on them, not yours. If this video is helpful for you, please subscribe. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much.